Okay, hello and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a kind of a tier list of every single card for the 5 archetypes in set 1. So those archetypes are Vanity Demons with no color, Ancient, Evolution, and Osmia. So how we're going to be doing this is we're going to go through each card in those archetypes and rank them in terms of S, A, B, and F tier. Obviously, S being the best, B being the worst, and yeah, these are going to be subjective to kind of how they work within the archetype, and this is also most definitely going to change because there really has been limited testing, well, kind of limited testing, and the full set hasn't released yet. So this is kind of my predictions for how the cards are going to be. So we'll start with Vanity Demons. So the first card for the Vanity Demons is Vanity Demon Sloth, who is a 1 cost, 2 copies per deck, 1000 power. This card's just like mid. It's like all the new abilities, it's just like okay. So I think for now this is just going to stay in B tier. There isn't really much to say about these new ability cards. So yeah, Vanity Demon Sloth in B tier. Next we have Vanity Demon Envy. So this is a 1 cost, 800 power, 2 copies per deck. And it says when discarded you may free play this card. This card, to be fair, it probably is quite good. Because 800 power is actually decently high, especially for a 1 cost with an ability. And being able to free play itself is decent. It's good for early game and even late game just to get some damage on board. I think really this will probably belong in B tier as well. I doubt it's okay. I think a lot of Vanity Demons are going to end up in B tier, but we'll see. Next we got Vanity Demon Greed. This is a one cost, 2 copies per deck, 600 power. And when it's called, you may draw a card. Now, draw sport is very good. So I think this one might be 600 power is not that good. Like really not good. It's only really going to be used to combine attack with things. But then again, it's not going to get played that much because you are just going to be wanting to use it as the draw support. So draw support is good. For now we'll put it A tier, but we'll see how it changes. Next we got Vanity Demon Lust. So when it's carded, you may add 1 Vanity Demon card from your deck to your hand. So this isn't just limited to creatures, it can search the spell as well. So this is a 1 cost, 2 copies per deck, 600 power. This one's probably A tier as well. Search power is very good, and it's better than Envy and Sloth probably. Next we got Gluttony. This one has a bit more text. It says it's a 2 cost, 2 copies per deck, 1300 power. It says once per turn when you discard a Vanity Demon, once per turn when you discard a card, sorry, you may add 1 of your killed Vanity Demon creatures to your hand. Recycling them adds it back to hand is good. 2 cost and 1300 isn't particularly good though. His power is a bit low for his ability. It is nice that it's only when you discard any card, not just Vanity Demon. But for now I think it'll go B tier just because it's got lower power, so it's kind of easy to get through. Oh. Next we have Vanity Demon Wrath. This is kind of stretched a bit. So 2 cost, 2 copies per deck, 1500 power. And when this card is discarded, you may kill 1 cost or lower creature on the field. The fact it's limited to 1 cost is not that good. like, one costs are going to be easy to get through anyway, really. I'm kind of torn between this card, because any effect removal is good, and this gets out the way of things like Heroes Hamasha, kind of that type of stuff. But I think for now it'd be BTM. I feel like BTM is going to get a lot of cards. Okay, now we have one of the best boss monsters in the game. Vanity Demon Pride. 3 cost, 1 copy per deck, 2500 power. 2500 is the highest for the boss monsters in set 1. Then his ability reads, you may return one of your killed Vanity Demon creatures to your hand in free play with this card from your discard pile. That means that this card's never safe. That means your opponent is never safe from this card, no matter how many times they kill it, unless they exile it, which at the minute there isn't any way to exile these things. And recycling back your Vanity Demons is pretty good, so you can get their discard effects again. So really, I'm gonna say this is S tier. Like, it's just a threat that, like, you can't really escape it. And even like things that negate abilities like Crucifixion and Mind Prison don't work in the discard pile. So yeah, that's a very good card. Next we have Vanity Calling. 1 cost, 3 copies per deck, purple phenomena that says return one of your killed Vanity Demon creatures to your hand, then discard a card. Recycling cards and the discard outlet, it's pretty good in this archetype. I'd say it's 80, it's very simple. Very basic, simple. Okay, so this is the Vanity Demons. Next we'll move on to Evolution. Starting off with that boss monster, Elias, the Peak of Evolution. So we have 3 copies per deck, 1 copy per deck, 3 costs, 2500 power, again tied for the highest. It says this card cannot be killed by card effects, and its power can't be reduced. Once per turn, you may kill 1 evolution creature on your field and free play 1 evolution creature from your hand. This is pretty good. I mean, they don't free play expensive things by killing cheap things. Already good. Very great sufficient. And also can't be killed by card effects is huge because of things like Crucifixion, that type of stuff. Protects from that. And its power can't be reduced, meaning that your opponent just has to beat it out with raw strength. So yeah, I think this is A tier. It's not as like big of a threat as Pride is, but it's still, if your opponent's got it on board, it's something you're going to want to watch out for. Next we have Failed Evolution. This card's mid. It's a 2 cost, 2 copies per deck, with the ability, while on the field, this card can be classed as a 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4 cost creature. This works well with the Evolution spell, which I'll get into in a second, but the only really saving grace of this is its huge 1700 power, which is big, but its ability just doesn't really help as much as what I thought it would. So for now it's going B tier. It's only really there as a beat stick. Then we got Wings of Evolution. A 2 cost, 3 copies per deck, 1600 power. And it says when played you may return one of your killed evolution cards to your hand. This was pretty good. It can recycle back Elias if it dies. Gets other things. It's good. I would say, and 1600 is pretty big actually for that ability. Yeah, this was probably 80. 1600 is big. Next we got Amoeba. Whoa. Oops. Oh. Next we got Amoeba, who is a 0 cost, 4 copies per deck, 0 power. It says when played, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 card from among them with evolution in its name to your hand. Shuffle the rest in your deck. So it's the searcher. I mean, Whilst I say it's good for cycling through your deck, it's made it can't do any damage to your opponent, but it's alright. It can go B tier. It's good. It's a good starter to getting your good things. Okay. Next we got Serpent of Evolution, who is a 1 cost, 3 copies per deck, 800 power. Reads, when played, you may gain 1 grace for every other green creature on the field. This is good because it's not locked to the evolution archetype. It's good in all green decks. 800 power as well is good on a 1 cost, but it can go B tier. Like it's not like, doesn't change much really, especially late game when people got gifts of grace out. That extra maybe 2 grace isn't amazing, but early game it's okay. Then we have the main card. Sorry about that. Next we have the main card in the evolution archetype, the Theory of Evolution, which is a 1 cost, 3 copies per deck. Constant. It says once per turn you may kill 1 evolution creature on your field, then free play 1 evolution creature from your hand that costs 1 more. So this is what Failed Evolution pairs well with, because you can kill Failed Evolution to play anything. But yeah, this is basically just what Elias does, but slightly worse. This archetype is very energy efficient, but I'd say this is the worst card in the archetype. I'd say really it goes F tier. I'm gonna be honest. There isn't really, like, apart from early game, again, like, this is good, but decent early game, but when we get to late game, it's just terrible. It just gets in the way, so I say that's F tier, really. Now we'll move on to the Ancient archetype. Starting off with Ancient Quetzalcoatl, the boss card. 3 cost, 1 copy per deck, 2,300 power, which is big. It says once per turn, you may discard your hand, minimum 3 cards, and return all cards on your opponent's field to their hand. Bouncing your opponent's whole field is amazing. This card's good for like the late game when you're just trying to go in and get as much damage off as possible. Maybe just like go for game basically. But discarding your whole hand is quite pricey. Minimum 3 cards. I think this card actually works better in a Vanity Demon deck than it does an Ancient deck. Why? Because discarding 3 cards minimum is fantastic. Imagine discarding like any of them. 2 Envy and a Greed, you know what I mean? Like a draw 1 and free play 2 type thing. This could be very good in other archetypes, but for Ancient, bouncing your whole hand is decent. Well, bouncing your opponent's whole field, sorry, is decent. I'll say for now it's A tier, could be moved to B tier. Then we have the Zulum, which is a 2 cost, 2 copies per deck, 1,200 power. When played, you may return 1 ancient creature from your discard pile to your hand. Meh. It's okay. It's nothing that special, really. It can be B tier. Sepactli. This is my favourite ancient card because I think it looks amazing. 2 cost, 2 copies per deck, 1,300 power. 1,300 power. Okay. When played, if you control another ancient creature, you may return target creature to its owner's hand, so you can bounce an opponent's card. Again, this isn't bad, but it's not that special, especially locked to have another ancient creature. It means it's not very good for like, if you went second and you played this, it's not very good because it just doesn't work, you know what I mean? But yeah, it says it here. Next we have Ancient Ahuizotl. So this is a 1 cost, 3 copies per deck, 600 power. When another ancient creature will be killed, you may kill this card instead. This card's actually decent. It protects all of your other ancient things. And 600 power is meh. I don't know. I'm kind of torn. This one could go either. I think for now it's gonna stay B, but could be neither. We have our second F tier card coming up here. Ancient Atatolan. A 1 cost, 3 copies per deck, 700 power. 700 power is good, but you may discard this card. Then for this turn, your ancient creatures cannot be killed by card effects. Like, let's be real. What's this protecting from? Apart from maybe, I don't know, crucifixion. Vanity Demon Wrath kills 1 costs. It's only going to be killing Avizoto. It's not that big a deal. And like things like Carolyn the Incinerator, again, I believe kills 1 cost. Like, this just doesn't protect that much. It doesn't protect your big things apart from Crucifixion, which is a pretty prominent card, but you know, no. It can go F tier. Then we have, I'm going to butcher this card because I don't know how to pronounce it. Tlamatli. A 1 cost, 3 copies per deck, blue phenomena. That says, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 ancient card from them to your hand, discard the rest. This is another ancient card that pairs amazing with Vanity Demons. Because essentially, you play Vanity Demons, you look at top 3, discard all 3. If you hit 3 Vanity Demons, again, that's amazing. Like, same kind of reasoning as Quetzalcoatl. And also, it just searches for the rest of your ancient stuff. So this is gonna be A tier because it's more versatile than everything else. So yeah, that can be A tier. Now we'll move on to, scroll down a bit. Okay, yeah, that'll do. Oh, there we go. Alright, move on to Osmion. And now this card hasn't really been played at all yet, I think. Osmion Rage Channeling. A 2 cost, 2 copies per deck, Red Calamity, meaning you can play it on your opponent's turn, which is good. Basically says kill any number of red creatures on the field. Then a target Osmia or Osmian creature gains 500 power for each creature killed until the end of the turn. This pairs very well with the boss creature, Osseous, because Osseous essentially wants to exile 2 Osmia cards to attack again, and so this can put 2 Osmia cards in your discard pile and power Osseous up to 3000, so it can beat over any creature in the game and attack again by exiling 2 you just sent. So this is a very good combo with that. Also, if your opponent's playing red, it can kill your opponent's creatures, which is pretty good. So I would say this is probably B tier because of its combo with Osseous. But other than that, it's just an okay card. Osseous, the Echo of Osmia. A very cool card, I think. Very fun card to play with this one. A 3 cost, 1 copy per deck, 2000 power, so the weakest base stat of the starter deck lineup. But that's fine because the Osmian want to have abilities to power your cards up. And then once per turn, when this card kills another creature, you may exile 2 Osmia or Osmian cards, not just creatures, which is nice, from your discard pile, and then this card can attack again. Pretty decent. Like, it allows for a lot of pressure. Probably B tier, to be honest. Yeah, B tier. Next we have Osmian Warbeast. A 1 cost, 3 copies per deck, 500 power, with the ability each of your Osmia or Osmian creatures gets plus 500 power. This card is fantastic. It sits there powering up your Osmian cards, and it also powers up itself, which is something you have to realize because it doesn't say each other, it just says each. So this gets up to 1000, which is the highest power a 1 cost can have, like base. and powers everything else up. This can go 80. It's like the strongest one cost in the game, really. It's just locked to, obviously, the archetype. But yeah, so fantastic card. There we go. Next we have oh, there's a couple more Osmia cards down here. Next we have Soldier of Osmia. Again, same thing as Sloth, just at 1 cost, with 1000 power, no ability. I do prefer this one at Sloth, so I would put him higher than Sloth, but he just goes beta. They're basically the same card. Actually, no. I just had a thought. Sloth's going F tier. Because Sloth is 2 copies per deck, because that's just what all of the Vanity Demons are. When really, everything with all 1 cost with no ability should be 4 copies per deck. So Sloth's just like every other regular 1 cost, just slightly worse. So you can go FDR actually. I just thought that. Yeah. Okay. Next we have Aged Osmian Wine. 1 cost, 3 copies per deck. Calamity. Next time one of your Osmian creatures will be killed. It isn't. Mid. It's just, yeah, that's okay. This here is a Marsha, but worse. Well, actually no, maybe. Depending on the situation, I guess. Next we have, this is an ATR card right here. Osmus the First King. 2 cost, 2 copies per deck. 1700 power. Whenever one of your Osmian or Osmian creatures is killed, you may give another one of your red creatures plus 500 power. 1700 beat stick is huge again. Same story as Failed Evolution, just with a decent effect. Like, things die, other things get stronger. Why not? And 1700 is just big to get through. You play this like on your first turn, it's going to be sat there for a while. Now we'll go to the final archetype with no colour. This is my favourite archetype, and probably the strongest. So starting off with Temple of the Colourless. I class this as part of the archetype. Technically, it's not locked to the archetype. 2 cost, 2 copies per deck, yellow constant. Once per turn, you may reveal 1 card in your hand. Works decent for the archetype, but it's just not that good, really. Just FTR, I would say, really. I don't really use it at all. I find it a bit pointless. But next we'll go Scribe. Scribe's good. This is the Searcher. So when revealed from your hand, you may add 1 with no colour card from deck to hand, so it can search the spells as well. So this probably, I'd actually say this is A tier. Very good Searcher, and it searches the best card in the archetype, which I'll show you in a second. Next we have Spawn. Who is a 1 cost, 3 copies per deck, 700 power, which says when this card is revealed from your hand, you may free play this card. Good again, free play. Essentially, Lust slightly weaker, but yeah, it combos well with Overgold as well. Which says you don't know what Overgold is. It's a yellow creature that basically when you free play a card, you can free play it, and then return a killed yellow creature. But yeah, this can go beat here, just because like it's good, but it's not amazing. Priest is when this card is revealed from your hand, you may give another yellow creature on the field plus 700 power. 700 power is a big boost actually, and it's just yellow creature, so any yellow creature, which is nice. 1600 is pretty big. I would say this is ideal. Like, it's really not a bad card. It's not like game changing by any means, but it's not terrible. And then we have King, which is a brilliant card. King with no colour. I'll make this bigger because it has a lot of text. Basically, 3 cost, 1 copy per deck, 400 power. It says at the start of each of your turns, if this card is on your field, you may reveal a card in your hand. So it's just templed, but on a big body. Once per game, when this card is revealed from your hand, your opponent must either pay 2 grace or take 1 damage. If you do this early game, it's basically an instant 1 damage. It's huge, it's a big threat. So I would say this is A tier. Because obviously your opponent can't play around it just by saving a bit. Or if you don't get it early game, your opponent's probably going to have to counter anyway. Or they just take the damage and get another card in hand. But now I'm going to go about probably the best card for the archetype. This isn't good generically, but like, it's just a fantastic card. This is Rune with no colour. A 1 costs 3 copies per deck, per yellow phenomena. It says, reveal 2 cards in your hand. Then you may return 1 of your with no colour creatures to your hand from your discard pile. Reveal 2 cards in hand is so good for this archetype. You basically play this, then you can reveal a priest and search, or you can reveal a king and do damage, or you can reveal a scribe and search. You can reveal a free play. You can do all this kind of stuff. All these combos. This is an amazing combo starter. And then just on top of it, you can just return 1. Why not? Like, it doesn't even need the return 1. Just the reveal 2 is fantastic enough. And then just on top of it, just like, oh yeah, and I'll get a king back. You know what I mean? Amazing card. So that can be S tier. This card just starts the whole deck off. So this is my ranking of all of the of every card for each of the archetypes so far. Let me know what you think, and thank you guys for watching. See you.